For the past 200 years researchers admitted that the Africans, Dravidians, Melanesians, and Australians were all Negroes. Now the genetics research shows that the haplogroups of Eurasia are founded on haplogroup L3, M.N, that had to have originated and expanded across Africa, before the Australian exit from Africa into Asia 100,000 years ago. This is why the Australians took L3, Mn, to Asia, after it originated in Africa. Many researchers fail to recognize that there is a craniometric difference between Australoids/Australians, representatives of the out-of-Africa population, Mongoloids, and Melanoids, craniometric differences that indicate two migrations of the black variety into the Pacific and East Asia. Zwanihako Hanihare discussed the phenotypic variations between these populations. Zwanihako classified these people into three major populations: Southeast Asian Mongoloids, Polynesians, the Australians, or Australoid type, and the Nicobar and Andaman, Melanoid, samples which he found lie between the predominantly Southeast Asian and Australoid/Australian type. The Australian Aborigines and Melanesians show chronological variates and represent two distinct black populations. The Australoids or Australians live mainly in Australia and the highland regions of Oceania. The Melanoid people, on the other hand, live in the coastal regions of near Oceania and Fiji. D.J. de Lauvenfels discussed the variety of blacks found in Asia. B. Lauvenfels explained that Negroids/Melanoids such as the Tasmanians are characterized by woolly black hair and sparse body hair. Australoids or Australians, on the other hand, have curly, wavy, or straight hair and abundant body hair. Other differences between these black populations include Negroid/Melanoid brows being vertical and without eyebrow ridges, whereas Australoid brows are sloping and with prominent ridges. This led M. Piotr Yuzuki to recognize two separate colonizations of the Pacific by morphologically distinct populations, one Polynesian and the other Melanesian. Piotr Yuzuki's research indicates a clear separation between the Australian Melanesian crania and the Polynesian crania. 3. The findings indicate an origin for the Polynesians in Southeast Asia, and an early Australo-Melanesian presence in East Asia as discussed in the earlier comment. Lauvenfels argues that the Australians are remnants of the original African migration to the region 100,000 years ago. This view is supported by David Bulbeck, who found that the Australian craniometrics are different from the Mongoloid, Polynesian, and Melanoid craniometrics. This research indicates that whereas Australian Aborigine crania agree with the archaic population of Asia and first group of Africans to exit Africa, they fail to correspond to the Saheland crania, which are distinctly of Southwest Pacific or Melanoid affinity. This suggests that by the rise of Saheland there were two distinct black populations in Asia, one Australoid and the other Melanoid. The Melanesian type does not appear in East Asia, Siberia, until after 5000 BC. This is thousands of years after Luizia and Ibn Haran had existed in Brazil and Mexico respectively. By the Neolithic, the Melanoids or Papuans are associated with millet cultivation at Yangshao and Lugshan according to Piotr Yuzuki's work. Tsung argues that the probable homeland of the Austronesian speakers was the Pearl River Delta. Here the Melanoid people cultivated millet. Sagart believes that there is a Proto-Sino-Tibetan Austronesian family of languages based on the millet culture the Melanoids introduced to China. In conclusion, the craniometrics make it clear the Australians are not related to the Melanesians.